Hey everybody, I'm hanging out in the office today. This is Professor Chandler and I am with
Professor Parker.
And we are going to go over some of the most common questions we have in our English classes. And today that is, how do I get started? So we're going to look over the introductory paragraphs and we're going to hopefully make this seem a little bit easier for you. So the first thing that I would suggest is you want to start off with some kind of attention grabber. This is generally just one sentence long. You can use a quote here, you can have an analogy or a metaphor, you can turn a cliche on its head or have some other kind of shocking statement or, statistic, and just get your reader to come in. Your job here is to convince me to read one more essay and to give you a great grade. Make your paper stand out from the other 80 that are sitting on my desk. And so that first sentence is really kind of important, don't you think?
I'd even say the first sentence is important as well as your title.
Yes, definitely.
A lot of people want to, when they start out, they want to make a title just like essay number 1.
Yes, we're definitely we're gonna come and we're gonna flip that on its head.
Right.
So
definitely when you start with your essay, when your reader's already reading a whole lot of them, make sure to be at least a little exciting. Make me want to read it.
Right. So sometimes you might throw your title on first if you have an idea of what you're talking about, but sometimes that title is one of the last things that I put on. As I work through a paper, I feel like I have a better understanding of the topic that I'm writing on. So it's okay if that kind of tweaks there at the end. But in the beginning, we definitely want to take some time and focus on this first paragraph and that very first sentence. So find a really cool way to invite somebody into this conversation. Once you have that done, you can kind of see the way I envision a really good introductory paragraph is kind of like an inverted triangle. So you can see here, even I kind of bring out a little bit. I'm going to have my hook right off the bat. And then I want to kind of bridge that hook, that statistic or that quote over into a conversation about what my paper is going to be about.
Right. You might think of it like this. Why is my quote or my hook relevant to what I'm writing about? Why does it make sense? What does it matter? Make sure we know why it matters in the big scheme of your paper.
Exactly. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of start summarizing some of the main things that are going to be going into that paper. This might be maybe the 3 reasons that I'm going to be talking about if I'm doing a persuasive or an argumentative essay. If I am writing in literature, I'm probably going to maybe write a sentence on the plot and a sentence on the characterization, maybe another one on the theme, and I'm going to kind of pull this all together with my thesis statement. Now, your thesis statement is that one sentence argument about what your entire paper is about. But let's come back up here a little bit to that bridge. So when you have your bridge, when you're pulling that stuff together right after your hook, you can do a couple things here. As we said before, this could be a way to kind of bridge the issue or topic that you're going to be doing. And if you're writing an argumentative paper, which I know you're going to be doing if you're in my class, this is a really great thing to keep in mind. But if I'm writing on literature, or if I'm writing on music or on a film, this is a really great way to start identifying the author and the name of work, maybe even the genre that you're working with. And this idea is to just take your hook and to smoothly introduce it over and bridge it over to your summary. So your summary is 2 to 3 sentences long. You really don't want any more than 3 sentences here because you're really going to flesh out the main ideas of your paper in the actual body. Remember, this is just an introduction. This is just that teaser to pull someone into the conversation. Give someone the necessary background information in case they haven't read the story that you're writing on, they haven't heard this song, they don't know anything about this argument. So you want to kind of introduce some of these main ideas. And then you're going to have your thesis statement. Your thesis statement generally is the very last sentence of that introductory paragraph. I know professors that have gone through before and have just looked at that last sentence to see, does this person even have a point into this essay and what is their overall message? But let me tell you, your thesis statement isn't just a powerful sentence that helps your professor see exactly where you're going. this sets up the roadmap for the organization of your entire paper. Generally, a really great thesis statement will have two parts to it. It's going to have a claim, which is what your overall argument is. And then it's going to have a roadmap, which is generally, if you're working with like let's say a 5-paragraph essay, which you're probably going to do quite a bit of in my classes, is you're going to want to have 3 reasons to back up your roadmap, your claim. So those 3 reasons then become those 3 body paragraphs, and you're going to expand on them. And we'll walk you through that to kind of give you an idea of how that's done. But you can see I do have some examples in our folder, so be sure to check those out. But we want to walk you through right here. Let's say we're writing a paper on social media. You can see that I have our paper already set up in MLA format. And if you're not sure how to do this, you can check out the other videos on how to get this set up for you. You can see I do have, hopefully, Melissa, a good
title.
Yeah. So who wants to know truth, lies, and social media? I start off here.
There are no lies in social media. None.
Oh, we can always stick our head in the sand. So I start off with a quote here. Edward Snowden once stated, "Under observation, we act less free," which means we effectively are less free. Got double quotes there. I'm going to take them right out. Editing can come later, so don't worry. So I have my quote, and the next thing I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to start to write a bridge. I need to take this idea that I have from Snowden about maybe a lack of freedom, and I want to somehow introduce, where am I talking about this? For me, since my conversation is social media, my bridge is going to have to somehow tie together this idea of being under observation. And for me, I think that's what social media is. It's not only observation from your peers and possibly your work environment, but also, of course, from any other big tech, advertisers, government types of entities. So my bridge is going to somehow take that sentence. I'm going to use that sentence to connect my idea here of my hook to my overall topic. And from there, that's when you begin having your summary. So remember, I've got one sentence to bridge. And then I need 2 or 3 sentences here to summarize. Now, I want to talk about the dangers of social media. I want to talk maybe about how I think social media inhibits our privacy in our work. Maybe it stifles creativity and cognitive ability. And maybe leads to poor mental health. Now, these sentences that I have here are going to kind of come together into a more concise sentence for my thesis statement. But you can see what I have here is essentially a little bit of a roadmap of how my topic sentences are going to work in my body paragraphs. So social media inhibits our privacy in our work. Maybe I want to use some examples and some statistics and some ideas there. When I'm talking about this particular thing, I might change the wording up just a little bit, but I know this is going to be my body paragraph 1. This is going to be my body paragraph 2. And this one is going to be my 3rd body paragraph. So all I need to do here is to put this all into one concise thesis statement. Social media is dangerous because it jeopardizes our privacy our cognitive ability, and our mental health. So you can see here that I have everything tied together in one sentence here. So the only thing I'm going to want to do is maybe work on my bridge. I can take this out. I have my summary, and there you go. You have an introductory paragraph, you have a thesis statement, and you have your body paragraphs all set up and ready for work for you to continue building on. I hope this helps you get started on those papers. And remember, after this, you'll only need to add a little conclusion, and we'll talk about that in another video. Have a great day.